Meanwhile, desperate Israelis waiting to learn whether their loved ones are being held, who are being held hostage, will be among the 50 released. This as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah, so this includes the family of Yarden Roman, whose husband and 3-year-old daughter managed to escape Hamas while she was kidnapped, along with her sister-in-law.
That's right, and the 5 family members of Efrat Machikawa, including 2 cousins who are just 3 and 5 years old. Efrat joins us now, along with Yarden's brother, Gili Roman. Good morning to you both. Efrat, I'll start with you. How do you feel about this hostage deal, and have you gotten any word on if your loved ones will be a part of the 50 who will be released?
First, thank you for keeping us in your news and in your daily issues. It's very important for us. And no, we haven't heard anything. We don't know anything yet. We're hopeful, but we don't know.
Yeah, Gili, what's your main concern with this negotiation that now has to play out, in the sense of we got to make sure that Hamas keeps their word? Are you concerned about that?
First of all, thank you for having me, and I'm glad to see Efrat, and we are waiting also to see her family members being released. We love this family very much. Yes, you mentioned exactly our concern. We do not fully trust Hamas. We're talking about a very crucial, a very cruel terrorist organization, but we hope that they will stand up to the agreement that they have signed, and we will see on a daily basis more and more of our loved ones. And it is a better morning than the morning that we had yesterday, and we hope that tomorrow will be even a better morning.
Yeah, we think there's going to be maybe 10 to 13 released at a time. But right now, obviously, if you saw some of the footage, there's still, we had live showing bombing is going on. Efrat, it's unbelievable.
The ceasefire is supposed to start from tomorrow morning,
Good.
So don't be alert about that.
Good, thank you. Efrat, it's unbelievable the family members that you're waiting on. Your aunt 79, your uncle 80, your son 34, and their 2 daughters 3 and 5. Have there been any proof of life, or have you heard anything from the hostage that was rescued, and a couple that were released?
It's my uncle and aunt and other family member, a mother, Doron, and her 2 daughters. Yes, we haven't heard anything from the very beginning. We have no idea how they're doing or where they are. And here you can see them on the screen, and we're just very hopeful. I think that we are all in a great wait, and whoever comes alive is blessed, and so would be the others. We are here to wait for all the 240 coming back as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And I remember talking to you, Efrat, a couple weeks ago, and you were telling me about your aunt and uncle, and that your aunt makes the best cheesecake in the world, and your uncle makes his own wine, and your cousin and her daughters are so beautiful, so little, and maybe they will be in that first 50, because we're hearing that it's going to be women and children. So we are all keeping your family members, and Gili, yours as well, in our prayers. Gili, I ask this next question to you. If this goes through and the first 50 are released, what's next? This is about 1/5 of the hostages being held. What do you hope to see happen to the future of Gaza? And what about the other 200 that are still being held hostage?
So firstly, it's important to understand that this deal also includes in itself a possible continuation of the deal. So if Hamas will come forward and say that they can find and release more hostages, they can get a day per 10 hostages. So I really hope to see a long continuation of this deal, and to see dozens of hostages are being released even after these 4 days. This is one aspect, and we really hope to see as many as possible, all children and women, which are included in this broader deal. Afterwards, we hopefully want to see new deals that will extend the scope of release also to all of our men and soldiers until the last one of them.
Yeah. Efrat, obviously we're keeping you all in our prayers right now. We hope everything goes well with the hostage situation. But the international community as a whole has not been very supportive of Israel, even the UN. And the war is going to continue after this. So I guess my question to you, if you had the opportunity, and people are watching this all over the world right now, to talk to the international community about your country, what would you tell them?
First, I do want to say that we get a lot of support and we're very, very grateful. And here you are interviewing us, and we're very grateful for that. The public opinion is surely very important. And I do think that it's a global problem. The terrorism is a global problem, and I think that everybody must remember that. We are here to support our beloved ones, but there are many questions that the global community has to ask itself for future. But our concern now is here and now and today. We want to see them back now, and that's the main issue now.
Yeah.
But, please keep us in your news and in your thoughts, and talk to your senators and governments. And I think that we should be all united in order to release them.
Right, and if I can just ask you real quick, Gili, the good news is, regardless if your loved one's in the first batch to come out, they'll have things to say and stories to say. Is there arrangements made so you'll be able to interact once the hostages come out, so you could try to get some answers? The family doesn't have to use a go-between?
Yeah. So first of all, for your prior question, I really want to say that it's crucial for the UN to understand that Israel is like any other nation in the world,
Yes.
has the right to defend its citizens.
Right.
Otherwise, there is no reason for us to have a state.
I hear
There is
you.
no reason to have a nation if it cannot protect its own people. And I think that the double standard that we are facing is
That's
unacceptable. And what we are going through as human beings is unacceptable. As for your question, yes, there is a procedure. I just got off the phone with the officer that is communicating with us regularly. And there's a more regular, organized process of how we will be able to communicate and how our loved one will be taken care of. And we are really hopeful and waiting to see this process in practice already.
Absolutely. We hope that your family members come back to you safely. You are in the prayers of so many people here in the United States, our closest ally in the Middle East, and one of our most important allies in the world, Israel. Thank you so much both for joining us.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very
Hopefully,
much.
hopefully we'll be on again soon with the hostages, with everybody out.
What a powerful message he said. He said that there is a double standard amongst
course.
the UN when it comes to Israel doesn't have a right to defend themselves.
They still haven't voted to condemn the attack on October 7th.
No condemnation, and I just hope they realize that Hamas uses their inaction as leverage against the Israeli people. I mean, when they say that there is both sides, I'm so sick of hearing that phrase, by the way, as if there is some type of parallel to what's happening in the Palestinian Authority and what happened to Israel on October the 7th. There's no justification.
I just love to see the reporting sarcastically. They don't trust anything that comes from Israel. Israel says this, but Hamas says
can
this.
say whatever they
Well,
want.
yeah, but Israel, Israel says there's tunnels, and that does look like a tunnel, and that's a ladder, but we'll see.
And one of the most important things is Hamas knew what Israel's reaction would be if they launched a terror attack of the size and scale that they did. And it would be that Israel would fight back, and it would mean dead Palestinians. And
They didn't
Hamas
care.
militants have said that was their hope to get the whole Muslim and Arab world against Israel. So part of the plan was dead Palestinians.
Right.